nje oso hena
mbato bibia boko
odadin
opanyi ese yete won ganche
akokura na mse ho kakra nti ye hwe ne ekoso ade mu mranche wutu befo bentie nti nya weye but baby adru no say yamma bio amekasa Ghana football begu because ne ekono say unya nipa abedi ku anim na de memfa ku no mranya adwuma ese o mane hu say nye ne papa ajapade a odi ama
blue boy say Ghana football ejina he
baby ejina na engina ye na wa wo Ghana football under this administration then papa na abam
o say no Africa for me no qualify
no one abi eguta team ko boda qualify and say team aye nim ni go Guinea ko Ghana nti baby aye duru no say Ghana pa wo ko share Guinea team ketu abi we ya we ma say ni yebo yensem abi ekuta team we yebo yensem Ghana ya kaya trawo dada
blue boy boye kakra AshGold ni FNN sensem no start free day na onim fa ho sei ye gina he AshGold e wo case
papa I'm sure me nkasa wo bra me nkire ba bia say me ko tu
ma hu say wo yi papers we dey papers that pa we here go no we dey baby for say bag them
papa asim
wow na ejefo join your Facebook na sha de papers a owura Kofi Manu blue boy yigu no enya sem geto opanyi case no start free he den na ha ne ya bedui
now opanyi we dey me manager ma memfa akonwa su na menchia Asante Mayura otumfo because ukokuru bi su na say one recognize kuro no ye na nanom e de be moja ne to ho ekonji kuro to ho ndi tembi ye wo say ye ma on that recognition
nice
ye nchia opim so ye nchia na tena nkonwa nyina na afi nchia eye wati efu nyina mrenim opanyini ye mfrase Mr. Danso obeye suffocato amamware mempese me mekane ne bi akoka say Kofi Manu akase ya na asese
okay
this is the disciplinary committee decision o my nti me bue ha ma no wakane pre nientia wo ye AshGold investigation he can help page
okay brief facts on 17th July 2021 AshGold played Interallies FC in the 2020-2021 Ghana Premier League match day 34 game at the Obuasi Linkley Stadium. After the match, there were several reports within the local and international football space, and it was that the match was fixed to fulfill a correct score of 5-1 in favor of AshGold Sporting Club. The match eventually ended in 7-0 against Interallies.
Okay. What we investigation? Where information amunya and say match na ye twa bet ye I check 5-1.
Okay.
But in the end, you know, he 7-0. So what prompted you to continue to do investigation?
There's a score line I would say BPM to who investigate. Yes,
anyway, nature say Obia wonyansa bia you will not go ahead. Yes. You will not go ahead. So when your report say they have plans to be bobo on 5-1. 5-1 no am inside goes near 7-0. Where my head but the question is Obin country me say ungo a crime in football. So be a who go na a crime of football.
Maybe depending on how
it depends. Now no other some television Europe and he fight wake up. Player done any when you say the goalkeeper you say man so pine go straight. Now no other. Then you don't use score line. If it is about score line, then the match between Germany and Brazil in 2014 semi-finals it was fixed.
Okay.
Because being see that. Again, qualification match because Yapia lead Ghana, me say Egypt didn't see that we 6-1. Was it a fixed match? So it is not about now when there is a fixed match, the referee is mandated say unstop match. Then he will talk to the two teams and say, Adia moye no me who kukwasa. It didn't happen. The referee reported it. Young fan say agreed. She charge a mother ball. AshGold count 1. Can we?
Count 1. The club was charged for a breach of Article 34(5)(a) of the Ghana Premier League Regulations 2019 for instigating, commanding, and counseling its players to play a first match or match of convenience between AshGold and Inter-Allies to achieve a result in favor of AshGold, and an act which the club knew or ought to have known at the time of engaging in it to be contrary to the Premier League regulations of the Ghana Football Association.
Thank you. Teacher say AshGold on your person, but where AshGold instigate or council, why is it here more fixed match? Thank you. Until AshGold are on your nipa no, a nipa natural person never yes adwuma.
Okay.
And who are these natural persons? And your players. They go onto the pitch. Now, players now call pitch, Akoma ball, where a year your friend is fixed match.
Yeah.
Now, see near according to Edise Wahano, AshGold, yes, I do man. Now, this appeal committee decision, share first page Waha, can weigh me into it.
The facts leading to these charges are that AshGold and Inter-Allies engaged in a match of convenience when the two teams played at the Linkley Stadium on 17 July 2021.
Can we say?
This appeal is by way of rehearing. So we shall not be following the grounds of appeal as listed by all the parties in the processes filed.
Look at that. Appeal, no? Why would you are going to rehear it? Until grounds are or not are here to pinch holes in the discipline committee decision, you won't consider it. Until we are way and for why and for Yatias here. Yamanim Chro you.
I just for your name, Mr. Kofi Manu Blue Boy. And now a guswa AshGold and some 98 home commodo. Open yet you.
See you. Can I what is it?
Indeed. The evidence obtained by the committee on mobile money received by Emmanuel Amwa through his Momo agent from an agent in Obuasi supports the telephone evidence obtained by the investigative team. We are not in this ruling concerned about whether the match was played in a non-competitive manner for betting purposes. What we are seeking from a review of this evidence is to establish whether or not the match was played competitively or not.
Thank you. Our investigation from this committee was premised on betting. Disciplinary committee na nkasano hey no tie ansana appeal committee the eba no hey s repokeke can hey finding 4.
Okay.
The GFA investigation team did not probe sufficiently into betting.
So why?
So not much was found on betting.
So all the noise on radio.
Except snippets of evidence which cannot be linked to any betting system or suspicious betting patterns.
Thank you. Then, we know, we appeal committee because there was no evidence about betting until one called betting. Where? Fixed match. Fixed match, you know. Can I have? I mean, page 8 to her last paragraph, you know.
The regulations of the Ghana Premier League and ancillary regulations all provide for sanctions to be imposed on all the actors involved. The actors involved were Dr. Kwaku Frimpong, Mr. Emmanuel Frimpong, all players and technical officers of both clubs who participated in the game, as well as Emmanuel Amwa.
Thank you. Was AshGold mentioned as an actor?
No.
So why would AshGold suffer sanctions? Wow. The injustice. Me, I always say two decision with me lawyer very bogus and hollow. AshGold, young fan say what punish AshGold. Finally, what punish AshGold because it is assumed to say per article 34(5), no, do the results, no, will affect the team maybe positively.
Okay.
It is what punishing. Yeah, I agree. The actors involved were also punished. Remember?
Yes.
Karinienti awa punish they say article 34(5)(a).
Any GFA official or club official or club or player or participant of a match who instigates, commands, counsels, solicits, procures, or in any manner purposely aids, facilitates, encourage, or promote the playing of a first match or a match of convenience involving his club or involving other clubs, the result of which may in one way or the other affect his club, commits a grievous offense, and the offender shall be referred to the disciplinary committee for appropriate sanctions.
Okay. You know, fixed match. The emphasis said actually our level is not correct.
Okay.
He affected AshGold. For that reason, AshGold was sanctioned. Now, first court in answer for Ibabasu. Now, Nkwadano, papa suma panyin bi asuma ne mma kwa abontene. Afei de beba prison for kuta bensa abam ba mane abeba ko wiesika ne beba de bra papa no. Papa nde mingi sika bia, mo de bi ne court. High court ne wajeri nkwara no ne de say no. Papa atum because nkwara na ko wiesika de abra be papa. Then nkwara no be wo fa no be wosika. Akoma FM 87.9 ya wiem nkura ne nwie sika bia nti nkura ne hu njabe nti se wan uwo nyansa panyin no demu yede nya okọ wie sika wo de abra papa no appeal court de onwie sika nti yenyi nkwara no yeyi nkwara na firi ho panyin no wan sika no wawia awda hu dem AshGold na where fixed match na affect no nti se nkwara na bo fixed match and until what sanction baby ni AshGold, even though your appeal committee said the actors no AshGold was not involved, you went ahead to sanction AshGold. Say nkwadana ko Supreme Court of Sports CAS de decision na mu take here both at disciplinary and appeal committee no Alhaji Guru Sabeka hearing say and any good lawyer knows very well say yemfa here say and judge nipa in such criminal cases. Any criminal case, the prosecutor must prove beyond all reasonable doubt. And the benefit of doubt is always given to the accused.
Yeah.
But in this case, because all the things that we want to establish be here. CAS there. And man say more establishment in Nasa for Amoye a say you didn't have enough evidence to charge these people because in football this act is a criminal case, and in criminal case you must establish beyond reasonable doubt. Hearing say nti nkwadano nyina players appeal committee with decision matwatwene players they should go back and play. What was the most sensible thing for the FA to have done up to by now? The most sensible thing, and especially when the General Secretary of the Ghana Football Association is a lawyer, this decision here will be a consequential effect. So you as a lawyer, you ask yourself, what is the consequential effect of this decision?
Then the be free
it is because of the action of the players and when AshGold suffer. Meanwhile, that action you are saying was legitimate. It was not illegal. So, sanction why will you stay acting now? Won't reinstate AshGold.
And the players now or more echo ball near so Marco ball fixed match. Can't say game no more and
normal game.
Players near job now AshGold
the only place you can see AshGold is registered general department.
But people AshGold enya injunction this is AshGold enya member of Ghana Football Association.
That is not true. If he is not a member, how will you suspend somebody who is not your member?
So wapamu free.
No. Suspension does not mean wapamu. There was suspension, there was expulsion.
Okay.
Suspension. Okay. Article 17. 17 deals with suspension.
Okay.
And 18 deals with
Expulsion.
So AshGold is a member of the Ghana Football Association. Only that they have been suspended temporarily.
Then so more say AshGold nye member nti injunction no kro ntime fa meto
Bente brofo ba bomb. They don't understand what is called suspension. If somebody is not a member, how will you suspend the person? It is expulsion. Let's just say, yeah, you work for him. But when you are suspended, yeah, you actually was okay because ye kuoba.
Okay.
Until say was suspension, you come back. But whilst you are suspension, if you feel say anything, I will be asking. I actually say, I mean, can Article 3 Article 3.
Mr. Kofi Manu Blue Boy, a veteran football administrator, and yani ni din komo. Obani, correct so na yes suffocate to adwuma. That's young boy.
Bakasa mechanic, bakasa ndem brofo ye yima kuro mele ye primary school brofo.
Okay.
Article 3. Human rights.
Yes.
Okay.
GFA is committed to respecting all internationally recognized human rights and shall strive to promote the protection of these rights.
Wow. Say GFA who swear say who be protect human rights and everything, and one member our suspended the field say what you have done is against the rights. What only rights is over court.
Okay.
This is your own regulation. Status. Now, man for Besora Ben, Nebe Nisa Woko court. Na say, and na say ni ade. Woko obligation.
Akoma FM 87.9.
Obligation no. Essay. Yes, Blue Boy. That's a peppers. Any boots or the abeguano. And just some kitwa. As a beer walker biano kutu. Dan so no working idea.
Can Article 16 members obligation. That is 16(1) F. Can me
16(1) F. To adopt a statutory clause specifying that any dispute requiring arbitration involving itself or one of its members and relating to the status, regulations, directive and decisions of FIFA, CAF, GFA or the leagues shall only be referred to an arbitration tribunal or to the Court of Arbitration for Sports, CAS, in Switzerland, both as specified in the FIFA statutes and in these statutes, and that any recourse to ordinary court is prohibited.
Okay.
What did he say? Any dispute involving arbitration, and so what they call GFA processes, and now Court of Arbitration for Sports. What AshGold is doing is not about a dispute. It is about infringement on his rights.
And she say with this injunction, Blue Boy, AshGold, what are they seeking?
They are seeking that one, any reasonable person, common sense should tell you that the consequential effect of the decision of CAS exonerating all the players who were the actors as identified by the appeal committee decision, who are finally have been freed. The consequential effect is that AshGold as a legal entity did not go to the field to play match. So if the players did not play a fixed match, AshGold cannot benefit. So any reasonable and commonsensical person, by now the FA General Secretary, who is even a lawyer, what would have advised the Executive Council say, with this decision, then AshGold must be freed. We should reinstate AshGold. So you write, following from the decision from CAS
Why not actually?
The GFA, that's what you must do.
Okay.
I said you.
That's
But
what
now, I don't have done this long ago because you must respect CAS decision. It is in our statute.
You keep mentioning reasonable person, sensible person.
Yes.
Reasonable. Yeah, was a reasonable, sensible person is Libya.
It is assumed that whoever has been given a position must reason reasonably.
Okay.
Because it is the status, that's not your personal interest. And I think that no. Once the players have been exonerated, AshGold has no problem again. Because AshGold is not a natural person.
Okay.
AshGold is a legal person. And people act for and on behalf of AshGold. Those people you accuse now have been liberated. So, you're right. Following from the decision from CAS, exonerating this because of blah, 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 and overturning the decision of the appeals committee, AshGold has been reinstated into the Premier League.
Kwame na AshGold do faso achieve
saga.
Omonya injunction.
Yes.
Say Kwame no faso achieve
now. And then Chief America say injunction aba AshGold there. He is supposed to be Mwasanako they say near just I ask myself why people behave like those human beings in Ghana. A common sense should tell you say you cannot even right now at Ketineka right you must give somebody a fair hearing.
Yes.
Fair hearing means that upeso ucho biti kura ubisa nanu asem anambwa. And AshGold I wouldn't call Congress. You should invite AshGold because AshGold is a member. You want to suspend. So he guides to the Congress. AshGold, why did you do this, that? Now AshGold explain. Then somebody from the Executive Council or the President of the FA will say no. But per this, that AshGold infringe on the blah blah. For that reason, we think that the temporary suspension that we gave, we want it to be permanent.
Okay.
Now man for trans say no kura na say no kura ni atoaba. Abatu na moto ye no so kura no. Mo amani pa na defend no. That is number one. Secondly, abatu na counting no kura no enye papa. Nti AshGold there. Whatever went on with Congress July 10 was unconstitutional. Okay. Until you cannot say until make us say any reasonable person, common sense you tell you say reinstate AshGold. What were court until we suspend na. Etisenia obi edu bia court. Oko court a police for no hwehwe man bi hu say charge we I the boy and we obeko free. Until your court charge court and ya withdraw that charge no.
Okay.
Ni judge a free no.
Okay.
Not just oko. Oko udura bontina na ya achieve.
Another charge.
That is what a reasonable person would do to AshGold. You reinstate AshGold with Premier Division. Then at the action, you write to AshGold. You are in court. For what reason? For this reason that you are in court, you have been suspended. Okay. But case now, what they told us was enya no kureno, kwadano. Ya exonerating kwadano. We exonerate AshGold. When you don't do that, it means that you have personal hatred for AshGold.
AshGold are several injunction no.
And yes,
almost several.
Yes, I several.
You say I can't finish.
I can answer.
Jenshwe dey because nan ka finish nyame adumatina omo launch the 2023-2024 season. The day any bia say no go ahead ekoya AshGold besa akika no bio.
Now, if they do it a contempt of court. Because me the Debia me can say unfortunately anayemiya say Ghana ha yen respect court orders. And because of that intinu obiya yen ya ope say francophone country to say Cameroon am wana judge contempt ya side to contempt and I judge the bibiaba when in this near side to contempt obe pro wo kondenge maximum prisons but Ghana ha no ya fa no fo
sa
ya fa no fo
ba mra ya adwuma
mra oh no
e bia football mu na mra ne nya adwuma
no
in general.
How can you sit in Ghana and say contempt you do go to prison and no nkyere say ya say o record how prison sentence na me nya lawyer ni o But your constitution can be. Set your discipline who are. And you're enough to spoil your record. Article 19 under fundamental human rights and freedom.
Where your constitution there?
Constitution of Ghana.
Of Ghana. Okay.
1992. Article 19.
Akoma FM 87.9 Kumasi.
19 in you. Yes, 19 no. Can
subject to INJ.
Can I start it from here? We
19.2. A person charged with a criminal offense shall be presumed to be innocent until he is proven or has pleaded guilty.
Thank you. So that is.
Yes, and the blue boy eguso. Assembly work be a kotum bra no dey support
11.
Where's your Ghana constitution?
Clause 11.
Okay.
No person shall be convicted of a criminal offense unless the offense is defined and the penalty for it is prescribed in a written law.
Thank you. Now go to contempt. Someone can
Clause 11 of this article shall not prevent a superior court from punishing a person for contempt of itself. Notwithstanding that the act or omission constituting the contempt is not defined in a written law and the penalty is not so prescribed.
Okay. The same Rana Oka say any written law ya prescribe a year. Criminal offense, you can't sanction somebody. But like I said, for contempt, dear, you be to me a punish.
Yeah.
You punish you do go to prison. Are you not an ex-convict? Of the prison by your mind. Then the General Secretary of the Ghana Football Association was convicted for contempt for 1 day. Imprisonment. He is still the General Secretary. Only in Ghana. Because as per Article 19 to clause 12 of the Constitution, that punishment alone should serve something. But unfortunately, I'm for a for no cracker and about Kana Chinchim. No, Obey no, wait a minute. Nimi am Kokani and who said no, brofu, dear, near him a crum from Tiasi.
Yeah, by elections, no, but generally, AshGold for almost the same, not ding. In
the first place, AshGold Assembly said, first one I will call court, which I have the last day of cross-examination, certified copy. Questions I will be prosper and an answer for because the ruling is yet to come. No, I will not discuss it. It will be contempt.
Okay.
AshGold Assembly said, Obisa then I didn't tell my AshGold anchor a cast. AshGold lawyers catch the AshGold say before we can go to castle, I was said you hear record of proceedings from the appeal committee. You hear a copy of the referees and my commissioner's report. And by rights they must be given. Unfortunately, the General Secretary delayed 21 days or the filing appeal no so AshGold did not go to cast. So they decided, said no, it is my right to be given all these things so that I can go further to appeal against it. And you didn't give me, so I'm going to the Human Rights Court to seek redress. That was why the affairs court a by. What court amaya cross examine court Eddie ruling beba na act of disrespect for court when nipa na on nigina court no ma suspended Cameroon nkaba na General Secretary of the prison asamu no be di asam wo court wako gina da kam ama yabusa ya toto wano court the say mebuya asem no uba ya we wodi ma court 20 straight away ma suspend na court no ba be rule no wasana ko congress asana akwa affairs suspension dubious Already Yankopon Ghana de. I was some Ghana ni bia no. You would 18 years. You do contract francophone country for 3 years. Oba, obo say mra. Ye diswa eye.
This is in league never battle.
Baby, you doing there, baby. Na say your friend is a Kinfesa. They say court on so injunction because this administration and the Keto Krekuno have decided not to respect anything of their statutes. Now that brings us to Article 25 of this constitution to tell you which congresses do we have. 25. So can 1, 2, and 3. No?
Okay.
The Congress is the meeting at which all the members of the GFA regularly convene. It represents the supreme and legislative authority of the GFA. Only a Congress that is duly convened has the authority to make decisions. 2. The Congress shall be constituted in accordance with the principles of the representative democracy and shall consider the importance of gender equity in football. 3. A Congress may be an ordinary or extraordinary Congress.
So we have only 2 Congresses. We don't have elective Congress.
Ordinary or extraordinary.
Congress are either ordinary or extraordinary. No, for some reasons in Tino. And the ordinary, you can call it. We went to this Congress, it's an elective Congress, but it is not defined in our status. Okay. And anything that is not defined and that they have not taught you how it can be convened, you don't use it. So go to Article 27 4. 27 over here.
Yes, in Article 27 and Blue Boy, that's so 27 necessary.
Election of the president of the executive council, who shall also sit as the president of the Congress.
So that is the power.
87.9
Congress.
So how do you convene these 2 congresses? You go to Article 31.
Ordinary Congress.
Ordinary Congress.
Okay. Article 31.
Yes.
Congress shall meet in ordinary session once every football season.
Thank you.
Usually before the commencement of the said season.
Thank you.
The Executive Council shall fix the date and venue for a meeting of the Congress. The members shall be notified in writing at least 10 days in advance.
Thank you.
Okay.
So, ordinary
Akoma
Congress
FM 87.9
is organized once in a season, usually before the beginning of the next season. Once. And it is the Executive Council that convenes and fixes the dates.
One notify clubs at least 10 days too.
Now you better back to ordinary Congress agenda, but young call Article 33 extraordinary Congress. How it is convened in ASEF.
The Executive Council may convene an extraordinary Congress at any time.
Thank you.
Okay.
The Executive Council shall convene an extraordinary Congress by a resolution of the Executive Council or upon the request of not less than 50% of the members of GFA. Such a request shall be made in writing. The request shall specify the items to be included on the agenda for the meeting.
Go to number 3.
An extraordinary Congress shall be held within 14 days of receipt of the request. If an extraordinary Congress is not convened, the delegates representing the members who requested the extraordinary Congress may convene the meeting.
Thank you. I know B.
Akoma FM 87.
Blue Boy, my miss away. Can find injunction no. And also no almost the same.
Convention injunction and say by convention. Convention and yet it's an unwritten law, but it is law.
Okay.
Yet waba from form ne kosoro. Yento from soro emma form.
Okay.
Yes. Since ye manya hokoya FIFA may ye new edisene status, you know, yet to districts, yet to regional, yet to representative from Premier, Division 1, other constituent bodies. Then the last day, you know, now you have to president.
Yes, that you have to be from
being Cedar.
Okay.
Being Cedar. And you know, and the presidential, you know, this is what our status talk about.
Okay.
Open any kind of Article 32 clause 2.
The agenda for a meeting of Congress shall include the following mandatory items in the chronological order. A. Roll call. A declaration. Kill. Election of the president.
Okay.
So it is mandatory. Says item in any ordinary Congress.
Okay.
And especially in an election year, no, I was say, yeah, elect a president.
Sure.
So your friend is a election committee, you know, knowing that this is our status. What you do is that you prepare yourself and fix a date, do all the elections because they do them separately.
Yes.
It is only the president and the Congress. But this time around, now what they are going to say, they think that they are in power, so they can use everything to do anything. Meanwhile, they think that, oh, you don't have to go to court for the interpretation of our laws as enshrined near Kanye. But I didn't say that we see me in court. As you see an interpretation of the clauses in our statute. Nti confess ade. Ni awaye no enya correct. Enti no I was here to about we mama nkyerɛw even FIFA how can I have article 27 of the FIFA status May 20, 2022 edition.
Article 27.
27 5 can I
Council members shall be elected by the member associations on the occasions of their confederation congress.
Thank you.
In accordance with the FIFA governance regulations.
Thank you.
Candidates for the council must pass an eligibility check.
Yes.
Carried out by the review committee in accordance with the FIFA governance regulations.
Thank you.
The election of council members shall be monitored by FIFA.
Thank you. So FIFA no, they only monitor confederation level. Elections are ECOSO. They don't organize the elections.
Okay.
So here in Ghana, at the association, you know, various bodies. You know, they must organize their own elections to appoint or elect people to serve on the executive council. It is not the FA.
Not the GFA.
No.
ABIF no laws no state woman said
no. Oh, you're state woman. Well, state. I mean the member of state here.
Except for Mr. Kofi Manu Blue Boy, veteran football administrator, and you didn't know so live on Akoma 87.9 FM. Yedi AshGold Akoma is a convice and na yadu so say ohwehwe na odia mo de ne sofoketwa wo de ba ya na sofoketwa e dia so na sofoketwa ahye ho na convice issue no enso yedi hu nkomo kakra but
tio mama mo say wo de composition of the executive council no read article 37 6
In any case of the positions of the members of the executive council representing the league, the Division 1, Women's Premier League, and the regional football associations become vacant, the respective entity shall promptly elect a replacement.
Thank you. Say vacancies better. These people, no, I was say immediately, no, elect people to fill it. So it is not the effort to wait for Congress to do that. Because listen, for the president.
For the FA president.
For the FA president.
Then as I say, see what
can have Article 41.
6.
6. Can you
If the position of the president becomes vacant, The vice president shall deputize until the next Congress.
The vice president shall deputize until the next Congress, because it is that Congress that you elect, if applicable, the president. I didn't think my one can say elect immediately, like the position of executive councils. Koso?
This Congress shall elect a new president for the remaining period of office if the unexpired term is 24 months or more.
Yeah.
However, if the unexpired term is less than 24 months, the vice president shall serve as the acting president for the period.
Thank you. In this president Niniho, that's a term I can hear more than 24 months. Next Congress, a year but less there. Now, 24 months, no? Can Article 37 4?
37-4.
The mandate of the president, the vice president, and the members of the executive council shall be a term of 4 years. Their mandates shall immediately begin after the end of the Congress, which has elected them. No person shall serve as president for more than 2 terms of office, whether consecutive or not. Any other member of the executive council, including the vice president, may serve for no more than 3 terms of office, whether consecutive or not. Any partial term beyond 24 months shall count as a full term.
As a full term. Okay. Now, full stop.
Obi ase 24 months be o.
Yes. This executive council and their president, they are in office now unconstitutionally, because all these elections and the election of president should have ended on July 10. That they organized the ordinary Congress as per the status. And the status said, because you can, it is not like Ghana constitution elections, in the election year 7th December. You find was that. Intino, when you say ordinary Congress, but this is election year, the 4th year, no, it was organized. Now, Inti, so what serve more than 24 months, which they have more than 36 months, and also Intino by July, the mandate, answer. Then, why election year is this year? My memory history, kakrevi. Yanto wa semo. 2005 December 31st, year to abayi kwesi yan techi year no. Now was said the next December 2009 year to aba. But afemi wo hwa na abatwo no mente ho hwe. Na me tro letter koma Kofi onye lawyer. Na me prompt no say mo anto aba dia December betwam dia na je say munni mandate bia bia o.
Time aso.
No tro bra me say the FIFA Congress. The FIFA Congress actually said this time about no in the year after a World Cup year.
Okay.
Now at that time 2009, so they are qualified for World Cup 2010. And in the year after World Cup will be 2011. Now Mr. Command and say if that is the case, then organize Congress for us to extend the mandate
of the.
So they organize the Congress as usual. Kofi Manu, sorry. So their mandate was extended to 2011 after 2010. And in FIFA status, no, under Article 33, no, can it 33 too?
The president shall be elected by the Congress for a period of 4 years in the year following a FIFA World Cup.
At FIFA, no, elections, no. They conducted of the president, which is the last one, in the year following a World Cup year. Now, you don't need say a year me by 25th October 2019 to say 25th October no, because a year specific. And until my idea to say ordinary Congress, no, there must be elections, especially in an election year. That is why Infantino on 5th June 2019, yet to Abasani no. And now say the ordinary Congress, no. A shift by day, no. This time around, they organized the Congress in Rwanda in March. One thing say yet to Aba. I didn't tell my one can June.
Kate a dear 4 years. Or sabe contest view. 4 years a Juma Kate ayen or sha. I see a son to a baman or ya over winnie.
We need the Mimenya 77. Share Amponquam. But some millionaire mechanic say he is an embodiment of disrespect for the association's rules.
Wow.
Yes. They have no respect.
But the people are okay.
No, because Ghana for yeah, people are they always keep quiet. Obs victimization. But I will be surprised to see say a Division 1 club the Mekwa Tuaba at the market view. These were the people Kurt and his administration. Sure, this is the old status. Kofi Manu prepare Dr. Kofi Manu his signature.
87.9 Kumasi.
Dr. Kofi Manu his signature.
Okay.
Hey, Dabeni. 5th September 2019. Who call article?
AshGold, no.
Yes. This is the status. Now, Article 81, it talks about transitional provision. When does transitional provision exist? It exists between the period the old order is going to hand over to the new order. Once you hand over, transition will be. So in this transitional provision, they put the number of delegates representing the Division 1 league shall be reduced to 18, down from 48 at the latest by the end of the second football season following the adoption of this status. And no name BT say Palmer, Uncle Nap, Chief Opon, Pacific Heroes, Georgia Free, Yakubu Salam, and so several other people can say no. Sadi we are. How can you drop 30 first division clubs to regional league one time? What is it? You are spoiling some people's investment. Then they organized this extraordinary congress and made proposal. No, Ketokreku has not even coughed. Meanwhile, the manager said 50% can say extraordinary congress. 1 year they can organize it. Well, organizer, any decision taken is binding. 1 year, 1 year. Wow. And let me tell Division 1 for say they are only waiting for mandate because this statutes Ketokreku amended was signed on the and in his signature December 1920. So if this is an old order that ushered in new one, this transitional provision should it come back here? Meanwhile, Article 81, that same transitional provisions are
the number of delegates representing the Division 1 clubs shall be reduced from 18 down from the current 48.
The danger is that it is not only 30 that will go down, because when the 30 go down at the end of the season, Ebeka 18, 6663, 18, you are authorized. It is mandatory to promote 10 clubs from Division 2 from the 10 regions. And yet 10. What about 18? Why is saying 28? Wow. Until you still have to drop it. You see that for another 10 until they will drop 40 Division 1 clubs. Wow. Is that what they want?
Look boy, young man, what do I know? In general, they say Ghana football is
Ghana football say I'm here. Maybe I can no. Same baby baba. But maybe send Nyahota come Dr. Nyahota Makrutan. Yadi ya shame bi anka yeko prison no. Contempt yeko prison no. Oh shaha wa. You be the same thing. Ya makwan ma obi enka say and behave as if it's a Ghana Football Association. Yeah, nyaho. Fair contempt. Near the brae. Nipa ye was one was contempt, no. Yanka say,
okay. Mr. Y.A. Ibrahim.
Yes.
Mr. Justice Ampia.
Yes.
Alhaji Karim Guza.
Yes.
Mr. Kojo Yanka.
Yes.
Kofi Manu.
Blue boy.
Yes.
Mr. JY Apia.
Wow.
The date, you know.
18th February 2005.
Okay, you go prison. Wow. This almost like a tokreku. Jesama oye no. Ordinary. Say yantu Dr. Nyahota Makru. Ama yantu aba. Nka his excellency na nado by busa ho pa say. Na aba ni to nipa ma ne be FA chairman obeyi ketokreku. Instead of him being grateful to the people who fought for him today to have been elected to become a president, you know, or by her. Southern Congress, Abaye Sevu, Division 1, and say, you know, he has punished a friend is Palmer. He has punished Fire Rangers, he has punished Amidaus, he has punished Hazakes, several of them. But even here, year pa wo mamenye we na memfama no nsikuro nya year wo pa Palmer edie we Palmer ontueska na yamran se bo ontueska ye obobo ye title points ne Palmer ko appeal e wo cast. Read, this is our disciplinary code signed by Ketokreku on what day?
18 December 2019.
Read article 60 head in your thing.
Effects of appeal.
Can I no other thing?
The appeal does not have a suspension effect, except with regard to orders to pay a sum of money.
You know, so we are appealer. Who Jessica? Meanwhile, Palmer cast appeal. Cast a tromo. Be the assembly. Inti ordinary. Nene debi am kan nyansa phobia no unim very well say appeal no has a suspensive effect on payment order to pay sum of money. What it Palmer man called division 2. Inti a kite there and the lawyer prosper Ado who is the general secretary, their embodiment of disrespect for rules and regulations of the association.
Mr. Kofi Manu Blue Boy and what's in can if you no numbrem and yenene atene mu an sama papa no ebie so ne no enye ensem ketwa